Okay, welcome back. So, this tab, this business income distribution, is by far my freaking favorite, but I completely understand that it is the most overwhelming. So, this is pulling some information from some other tabs. You need to go around and play around with some information to see what is going to work for you. So, the first cell that it's looking for information for is this cell at the top. So how much I need to pay myself each month. So what do you need to be able to pull from your business each month to cover your personal expenses? So we're going to click back to this personal expense tab, and we are going to see that there is a shortage. So it's in red, so we can see it's a shortage of $4,000 every month. So back to the business income distribution tab. You want to pay yourself $4,000 each month to cover your personal expenses. Now, it's pulling from your business expense tab that you have $2,000 a month in business expenses. And then it's also pulling from the tax planning tab that you want to be setting aside 15.62% for income taxes. So it adds all that up, and it has a business income goal to help cover all of those expenses of $6,936.92. So the next step is we're going to move over here to the income. So this is where it's going to distribute based on the percentages that we're going to tell it. Well, it's going to tell you how to distribute it to separate accounts. So the key here, so let's throw in $7,000 just for round number sake. So there is on row 13, so the number 2 step there, a spot to enter sales tax payable. So for me, I am in Ontario, so I have to pay HST. So whatever amount I would need to remit to HST, I'm going to plug that in there, and that's going to adjust it. But again, for simplicity's sake, we're going to leave that at $7,000. So the percentages here are what you're going to target starting with. So for the owner's compensation, we want to be able to pay you $4,000 every month, but we also want to be able to start putting more than $4,000 into that account. So we want to start with a higher number, and we're going to play around with it, and we're going to see how it works. So if we put in 65% into your owner's compensation, that would give you 4,500. And I don't use decimal points for the percentages here because it just gets it's just easier to do straight percentage points. So 15.62 is what we're targeting with our buffer for taxes. So we'll put 16% in here just because it's close. And the number that it's adding up down here where you see 81%, you don't want that to be more than 100% because you can't spend more than what you have. And then profit, so this is where you get your bonus from. So starting at 1%, it's not going to be a lot, but we're going to adjust as we go. So then what we're left with, the only thing that we haven't put information in here yet for is the expenses. So we will put that at the remaining 18%. And you can see here that this brings up some issues, right? So the owner's compensation, we've got more there than what we want to pay you, but the operating expenses, there's less there than what we want to pay, what we want to put into that, or sorry, what you have budgeted for that. So go back, have a look at your business budget, see what you can cut, get creative. And this isn't a perfect system. This is a starting point, right? So maybe 18% for your business expenses isn't adequate. Maybe you need to bring this down to 60%. Or even 55% so that you can 28%, so that you can be closer to your business expenses. And then you have to look at your personal and your business expenses. So how can you pull back a little bit on your personal, a little bit on your business? How can you generate more business revenue? So if this changes to $7,500, you're able to cover your business expenses, your personal expenses, and put money away for your taxes and to pay yourself a bonus. So this is the starting point. This is where you want to move from. So what I have over here in the green is your goal percentages. So where do you want to be? So The goal is to change a little bit every quarter or every month, depending on how much you're able to build up as a buffer, but you want to be able to have a target percentage. What percentage of your business income do you want to pay yourself as personal income a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road? So write your goal percentages in here and then just slowly adjust as you're able to pull back on your expenses and increase the other expenses the other percentages as you need to. So adding to your profits so you can pay yourself a larger bonus. And as your business revenue increases, you want to increase your tax percentage there too, so that you don't end up with an amount owing at the end of the year at income tax time. So again, this is just a starting point. This is a lot of information. And for me, I do my transfers once a month. I find it easier. And then I pay myself once every 2 weeks following my husband's bi-weekly payment schedule so that it makes it easier to balance the personal side of our budget. So you have to do what works for you. And again, this is certainly a lot. And you should probably come back and rewatch this video. And this information is actually based off of the book called Profit First, and I really love the book, but I've put my own spin on it because the timings don't work for me, and I've made a few changes as I go too. So I've added a couple other accounts here, different accounts that you might want to add into. You might want to separate large business expenses from small business expenses. You're going to do what works for you, and I certainly hope that this is a system that you will start to utilize. And again, the hardest time to use this system is when you're just starting out and trying to, in this situation, pay yourself $4,000 a month and only be able to transfer, say, $3,800, $3,900 a month to your business owner's compensation account. So go ahead and review the instructions here. And again, shoot me a message if you have any questions. And I really hope this is helpful. And again, one more step. It is a lot less heavy and a lot less spreadsheet content. So I hope this helps. Have a great day, and we will talk soon.